Hey folks, Lizard again. Today is the day we're going to start moving. So first thing I've got to do is pull this here, set down, try and transport the tanks 30 kilometers to the new house without breaking them. I have a ute with a steel tray, so this is going to prove difficult. I've got to try and stick them all in the back seat, so that way it takes away the shock and possible breakage of the glass. First thing, clean all them up, get them in the new house, set them up, so then I can start moving all my other tanks. Once I've got the tanks on the rack somewhat established, I'll grab some of the plants and stuff out of here and the other two tanks as well with the biomedia and everything, so that way I can move the bacteria without completely setting up a brand new tank just to put them in, because that might stress them a bit too much. And then yeah, come back and grab all the fish and move them over slowly. So when I get to the new house, I'll show you the shed that I'm going to be putting everything into, and I'll go through and talk about a little bit of the design plan that I want to do. Like, these aquascapes are pretty cool for now. Like, they're only temporary and that. I didn't want to set it up too greatly because I wanted to be able to still fish out all the babies from the big mama there. She looks like she might be starting to bear eggs again. Like, it's warming up, starting to become spring. These other guys, they weren't even as big as that last year, especially this guy, and I'll make down the back here. They've grown tremendously in the last 12 months that I've had them, so hopefully I'll be able to get out a good offspring from them this year. But yeah, I'm going to set their tank up more of a low-tech planted tank, and it's going to have that much plants in it that they won't even like eat any of the plants, or as much as the plants. I've put one or two in here a couple times and they've just eaten them straight away. So I figured if it's going to be higher planted, they won't eat them as much. But even then, that's just going to be temporary until I can set up a pond, because there is a foundation at the new house. It's a risen garden bed in a brick foundation, but it looks really nice, so I'm going to see if I can clean it out, line it up with a pond liner, and try and turn it into an outdoor pond. Talk more about that when we get to the new house. So while I'm loading up the car, I was grabbing a bucket that I've just got sitting here next to the house, and I didn't know this. Yeah, right here next to the garage, or carport stand, the bucket I had was there, and right beside it all was a heap of this Java moss, or Christmas moss. I can't quite tell what it is. If you know what it is, let me know. But I had no idea this was growing here. Well, here I am trying to propagate it in the tank, and it's growing right outside my window. Like, that's unreal. I'm going to try and clean it up and get rid of all the clover and grass and stuff, all that dirt, debris and that. I'll just let it grow onto something else, so I've got nice clean moss. But that's unreal. I didn't realise that. Alright, and here we are at the new house. This is going to be the fish room. Alright, let's have a look-see. Convenient. Padlock's open already. I hope they give me the key for it. Oh yeah, this has got potential. Fish racks all across the wall. I don't drink tuis, so I'll take that down, and all across that wall. Might put a carpet in here, clean this floor up a little bit. It looks a bit yucky at the moment. Someone's obviously been doing mechanics in here, oil and stuff. Got a parcel shelf across the top, put all my storage, little workstation. Probably could put a couple mini terrariums or something on that one. And come through the back, we've got a workshop. So I can set all my whip table up and everything, and build all my whips and that in here. Roller door there so I can let some air in. It's not overly sealed across the top, but that's okay. Seems pretty solid in here. I like it. I like it a lot. So I'm going to be doing a lot of videoing and posting and upgrading as much as I can, and we'll get this place looking absolutely awesome. So you can follow along and watch the progress. So this was a risen garden bed, I'm guessing, and it's been neglected for many years by the look of it. I'm thinking I might, that's closer to the shed so I can get some power out here, run a pump on this side and have a feature on this side, clean it all out, put a pond liner in and make it into a nice little pond. Chuck all my goldfish in there and lots of plants, and we'll see how that goes. But that's a video for another time. With all that said, time to start moving. So it's now Sunday and I've moved 3 of the fish tanks. The shrimp tank's set up again. The condenser tank with the rest of them I'll set up again. For now I've just kind of put it back the way that it was at the other house. Sorry. The Grammy tanks, yeah, set up the same as it was. It was a bit of a challenge getting it here. We did have one of the Odessa barbs die in the travel. I was expecting at least one death, and yeah, one was very fortunate. Well, unfortunate. Everyone else seems to be doing happy, like doing well. I would have thought that the ghost fish would have stressed out, but he seemed very calm. As soon as I put these 2 back in here with the pot, they went straight back in it. When I was getting the pot out, before I moved it from the water, I turned it upside down and slowly, very slowly pulled the pot out to have a look to see if there was any fry or eggs. And there was like this, there wasn't any fry and there wasn't any eggs that I could noticeably tell. There was like small little speckles on the inside of the pot. So I didn't want to take any risks because I haven't seen condenser eggs before. So I gently put the pot in a bag with the water from the tank and tried to not let it hit the air. And then yeah, put the pot in the bag back in the water after I set it all back up, and took it out of the bag in the water so it still didn't hit any air. But they don't seem to be fretting. I don't think I've changed anything. Like, there might be some minor details and they're like freaking out a little bit, but like, it's not like they've just lost the whole clutch. So they're not frantic running around looking for them. They had all the signs of breeding, but I don't think they actually laid. So I'm kind of thankful for that because I didn't want to lose a whole clutch. But the shrimp in this tank are doing alright, considering I accidentally dropped the heater last night and broke it. So I've got to go down to the pet shop now and get a new one. The current water is sitting at 9 degrees, so I don't know how they're going to hold out with that for too long. Yeah, as for the move, I have stuff everywhere and I haven't been able to get in and organise it because I've still got to go back to the other house and clean it up so I can get out of it. I still have 2 more tanks to come, the one with the guppies and the tank with all the goldfish, so I'll move that in today and give you an update later. So tonight I'm taking that load in, coming back next to pick the tank up and that tank and whatever else I can fit in the ute at the time, because I've got to take the fish out of that and out of that, drain the water, put them in bags, transport them back to the other house, set the tank back up, put the water back in it, chemical, put the fish back in it. Yeah. I'm probably not going to be finished until about 12 tonight, and then I'll be back here at 6 or 7 in the morning. And here's the last tank finally in. Just got to get it up to that line, and let the temperature crawl up. Like, this tank normally sits around 26, 27 degrees for the goldfish. I've just got the bags they're in the old water, so there's quite a bit of that old water that's going to go back into this tank. It's got all the decorations from before. I kind of moved some stuff around so it didn't kind of look like the last lot, the way I had it set up the last tank, but same basic thing for now. I only had 2 surviving guppies, so I've put them in with the gouramis for the meantime. I don't know what it is about that 14 litre tank that they were in. It's too hard to maintain. I think it's like the lower volume of water and the lack of plants that are in there to help with the nutrients. So because I wasn't at the house and I was moved into the new house already, I wasn't there and able to like do 20-30% water changes on that little tank every night. So I think they had an ammonia spike, and these 2 little guys were the only ones who seemed to be able to survive. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that little tank. I'll probably turn it into a little terrarium or something. Like, it is a pretty cool little tank. It's just with the dividers and that, I don't know. I'm not 100% keen on it. I might take the Stanley knife to it and with a razor blade and cut out the silicone, remove those dividers, get rid of the bio balls, that foam. All my duckweeds somehow ended up in the back. Yeah, I might just clean this tank up, start it again from scratch. If you have any ideas of what to do with it, please let me know in the comments. But for now, we're home in the new house. These guys are all seem to be doing well. The tank setup is pretty much the exact same as when it was at the other house. It might be a couple of things a little bit different, but the condensers are already started to clean out their pot again, piling up all the substrate out the front, and they've made claim to it straight away. But everyone seems to be happy and healthy. I did notice there was 1 shrimp that passed away. I think that was due to being like major parameter change from what they were used to. So this tank's still looking a bit manky. This needs a lot of work. But I'm going to be fairly busy trying to organise all of this stuff. There's still a trailer load and a ute load out there. Plus I haven't even touched inside really. It was just, I had a few days to get out of the other house. I hired a couple people today to help me with the bond clean. So that house is no longer my problem. And now it's just all focus on this place. It's getting late now. It's a bit after 7 PM. I'm going to finish unloading this ute and finish setting up this tank. I'll deal with the trailer tomorrow. Give all these guys a feed. Plants seem to be doing okay. But I might call it a night because I've got to get up early for work tomorrow. And Thursday, Friday, public holidays, so I can do some work here in the house and then I'll be off travelling. So, until next time guys, thanks for watching.